Are your emotions coming through in your cover letters and interviews? There are a lot of people out there who've been laid off and they're looking for a job for the first time in years. Michelle Bersell is a life coach and says it's an emotional situation, but is it getting in the way? Thanks for being here, Michelle.
My pleasure, Kim.
What are we saying when we say emotional cover letter? I mean, what emotion is coming through here?
Yes, well, what I'm seeing a lot with people that I talk to, people with clients, is this sense of shame that is underneath what they're carrying when they've lost a job. And people aren't conscious of how this is really affecting them. And it's coming through in these lines that they're sharing in their cover letter. What's their story about how they lost their job?
Like what? Does one come to mind?
Well, in particular, what a lot of people do is unconsciously they're going into their victim mode, because it is very shocking what has happened to a lot of people. But when they carry that unconscious shame and there's a victim piece to this, they're disempowered, and that comes through in the language that they use how they relate what's going on in their life right now. And they share their story.
And you also had this kind of experience firsthand, you said recently, when you were looking to hire someone, an assistant.
That's correct. And I saw it firsthand where people wanted to share their story, how long they've been out of work, and really it was, as someone looking to hire someone, I was looking at, do I want someone who is coming from this disempowered state, or can show me what they've done differently, can show me what has been their way of going further and going beyond that story.
So what do you say? What's the right thing to say about your last situation if you have lost your job, or you're looking to leave your job because you're afraid you're going to lose your job?
Well, what I really encourage people to do is look at their own shame that they're feeling. And what I want them to start to do is differentiate the fact from fiction. And the fact is the reality, and fiction is all the fear that we tie into it. And that fear state, we start buying into these elements about ourselves that aren't true. If they can go back to the reality, they start to see their accomplishments, as well as fuel on those accomplishments.
So feel what you're writing about, because you said people are coming out with these fabulous resumes.
That's right.
With all this experience, you're like, this person is a dynamo, but then they come in and they've got all this emotion.
That's right, all those blocks. And so they've got to be able to say, you know, this is what happened to me, but here's the reality, this is what I've done with it. And they come from an empowered state, whether they're doing more volunteer work, whether they're taking up some finance with their finance committee with their church. Maybe they've always had a hobby that they were interested in and started recognizing ways how they could market that, or do independent consultations.
But listen to yourself as you're talking and presenting yourself.
Absolutely.
And there is no shame, because there are a lot of people out there that is no fault of their own. Michelle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, it's me again, psychotherapist and life coach Michelle Bersell. And I'm so glad that you took the time to watch the news clip, because I know so many people are struggling right now. But I want you to know it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, all those feelings that you may be having right now, the frustration, the anger, the sense of loss or shame about all this, whatever it is that you're feeling, I want you to know that you can actually utilize those feelings and turn it to your advantage. And this is really important. I want you to have this advantage, because otherwise your fears, whether they're conscious or not, are running you. And when they're running you, you're not fully able to own your power. And this goes for those of you who have lost your job and you're desperately seeking one, as well as those people who have a job but they're so scared right now that they're going to lose it. Because what's running us then, right, is the fear. And I want you to think of this like dating, because just as with dating, and when we have a sense of desperation about us, we repel people. I know this for a fact. I went through a stage where I was really desperate and wanting to date and find that perfect person for me in my life. And luckily I found him, but there was a point in my life that for 3 years I repelled men. I couldn't get a date to save my life. Seriously, it was really bad. But it was because what was going on within me. Nothing in my exterior changed. I still looked, pretty much the same as I did back then. And it's the same when it comes to our jobs. The resume is still going to look the same. and it still looks the same from when you got the job or had the job, and it's even improved, right? But it's what's going on inside you that will actually repel people. People will sense that fear. We sense that within each other. And that will make people not be interested in what you have to offer. So here's the deal. I'm really excited about this because what I'm passionate about sharing is to teach people how to deal with their stress, to take their stress, take their whatever feelings and worry, anxiety that they're having, and allow us, this is what I discovered, that we can actually take that and have it more fully tap into our power. And when you own that power, there's going to be a sense of certainty that comes across you that's going to bring people to you, that's going to have that attraction that people will be drawn to about you. And they won't be able to pinpoint it per se, they won't know what it is exactly about you, but that sense of certainty that will be emanating from you when you own your power in this way will allow people to feel more comfortable with you or to trust you. And that's what will ultimately allow them to feel confident in hiring you, or confident in saying, you're the one that I want to keep on the job. Now, for those of you that this might be a little touchy-feely, I understand, because I really feel that for the most part we've been taught to cut this part of ourselves off. We found that we believe that this is the weakness, and it's really not the case. When you say, this is too touchy-feely, that's actually a fear. That's a fear that can hold you back from these unconscious blocks. And I don't want you to be the one that's remaining frustrated or feel like you're still spinning your wheels when other people are propelled because they're willing to go there and get this and take their life to the next level. And that's exactly what this understanding can do for you. So I want you all to be able to begin to make this shift in your life. And I have an audio recording that can help you take your life to the next level, help you create a life that's more fulfilling, more passionate, feels good and balanced and right for you. Now, I normally sell this audio recording on my website for $19.95, but I want you to have it for free. Please listen to it. And if you like it, in return, if you could share this video with everyone, regardless if you think they could benefit from it or not, let them be the judge, let them take the next step, because it is my passion to share this new understanding with people so that all of us can come from this advantage state and what I call emotional abundance that allows to bring so much more into our lives. I hope this isn't the last time we get to connect. I hope we stay in touch, so please friend me on Facebook. Until next time, thank you.